So, do we have any people? So, are we seeing? Hi, all. Give me a hint if you're seeing the webinar. If you see the webinar, just let me know through the chat. So I'm live. See events. Go live now. Why isn't it live? So let me see. Webinar Jam. Let me just try to webinar. my webinars go live. Hi to everybody. It's Ronnie Calmera. Hopefully you will see my screen. So we will start the webinar, present to everyone. We will start the webinar and see if we can enjoy this webinar right now. So if this webinar is okay, then you should see my presentation. Hopefully we are live right now. And we are going to test this webinar right now. So let me check my presentation. So the first thing I want to show you is I would like to show you my presentation. So let me see. The webinar is about how to use Google Spreadsheets to evaluate your online shows, seminar, bootcamps, and webinars. So let me see if you can see my webinar. You should be able to see my webinar right now. Okay, this is live room. So how to use Google Spreadsheet to evaluate your online shows, seminar, bootcamps, and webinars. At the end, you will get you could win a surprise, a free gift if you stay till the end of the webinar. We have 4 items, and this is a show result of the survey, questions to ask and not to ask, set up a survey and take the survey. Why do I do this? I do this every month, and every month I give free value to people who want to start their online business and want to create their online business and that supports their dream life. So the first part is the results of the survey. Before I show you the results of the survey, let's just show you what this spreadsheet is about. Let's show you what the webinar is about. If you remember this sheet, then you will be able to remember actually everything I have to say today. Because at the one hand, you have an online form, which is an evaluation bootcamp. And that online form will, everything you put in that online form will go to a spreadsheet, an online spreadsheet. And then after you have this online spreadsheet, you can create a dashboard with everything you get into that spreadsheet. If you have Gmail, you are able to do this, and Gmail is free. You need a Gmail account to do this because we are using the Gmail system. And Gmail is not only an email, Gmail is also a way to collect information from your customers. We need to continue to improve to reach our dreams and goals. That's a topic. That's continuous improvement. And here you see that we measure, for instance, a bootcamp. We measure by having a start, a process, for instance, a bootcamp, and the end. At the end of the process, we want to achieve something. It could be a bootcamp, it could be a webinar, it could be a service you deliver. But once people start with that service, they go through that service, and then at the end, they have a goal. They have achieved a goal. So to do this, you need continuous improvement, continual improvement. And that means probably you have heard of the plan, do, check, act cycle. And the plan, do, check, act cycle means that first you have to plan something. For instance, you plan for $500,000 of revenues. Then you do it. You do all the activities to collect that money, to get that money, to give service. Then you have to check. You have to check where you are in that process of getting that $500,000 of sales. And if you check and you are not on track, then you have to act. So plan, do, check, act is the continual improvement cycle. Now, when you have a continual improvement and you start measuring, that means that you can go up. You can go up with your business. You can go up with your activities. You can improve your activities. Here you see how you can step up, go to the next level, and then the third level, and then the fourth level. Now, these levels might mean, for instance, sales or the amount of clients you can service. 10 clients, $5,000. 50 clients, $50,000. 250 clients, $200,000. If you are not measuring your results, then you can never climb and play at a higher level with your business. So measuring your activities is very important. Where to measure? You can measure at the beginning of the process. You can measure during the bootcamp, or during your webinar, or during your service, and you can measure at the end. It depends where you put your measurement. So this is very important to know, that you can measure at the start, beginning of the during the bootcamp or at the end. If you measure at the start and you measure at the end, then the difference is your value. So if people start without knowing anything about Google Spreadsheet, and at the end they know how to use Google Spreadsheet, then the difference is the value you created through this webinar. Now let me show you the results of the survey. Let me show you some results of the survey. There are no questions right now, so we go very fast through that webinar. There are no questions right now, so let me show you the results of the survey. By going through the results, what I will do is I will share my screen. I will share my screen. With the Gmail. Let me just go to Gmail first. I will share my screen by going to Gmail. So how do you do Google? You first go to this icon here, and then you go to Gmail. So when you go to Gmail, you first go to you log into Gmail, and when you are in Gmail, you go to the Google Drive. And when you go to Google Drive, I have created here some forms. So here you see that when you are in Google, you already can see that Google Gmail has more elements in here. This Google Drive is the backend of Gmail. Okay, so that's very important to know that Gmail is more than only email. You just check if we are sharing. Yeah, so we are in Gmail, and what I want to show you is that you can have here some forms. So this is an evaluation form I created. I will just create one later on again, but this is an evaluation form, and this is the spreadsheet. So all we put in this form will go to the spreadsheet. Now let's open this form. If we open the form, we see that this is the link of the form, and we see the online form with the questions. So you can also create this online form. I will send a link to you. Everybody who participated to the webinar will send a link to you to see this form so that you can copy this form and use it yourself. During this webinar, I will just show you how to create some questions, a form yourself. And when you go to the responses, so everything you fill in this form, you can you will see that in the spreadsheet. When you go to the responses, and you click view the responses, you will see that these responses have been filled. Okay, so it's very important to know. Now I will just first show you the form again. I will show you the form again and the questions. So how do you create a question? You see that first there is a form here that you can preview it. Here you see some color palettes that you can change this color palette. You can change the color. Here you see something that you can add a question. Here you see the questions. You can move the questions. You can move the questions by clicking there. And when you are ready with the question, you can go scroll down. You can submit the question. Okay, you can submit the form. So let's now move to the responses. Click here, and you go to the responses. So what do we see in the responses? In the responses, we see the spreadsheet. You have to understand the spreadsheet. First, a spreadsheet consists of all the questions. Question 1 will be the first column. Question 2 will be the second column. Question 3 will be the third column, etc. And in the first column, you see when was this question, when was this this item filled in. So every person who fills in a form will show up horizontally. So this is the first person that filled it. The first question they said yes. The second question they put in something. The third question they selected very satisfied. The fifth question they said excellent. Sixth question they said excellent. The seventh question they said excellent. The eighth question they said excellent. Ninth question they said excellent, etc. You see, all the questions are here. So automatically this is put in here. If you see that we only have 5 people who put it in. And this was an example of a webinar, a bootcamp that I did with up to 12 people, and 5 people filled in this questionnaire. So when you click here into this form, when you click in the form, not in the form, but in the spreadsheet where there are figures, then you can see here to the left, Explore. When you click Explore, this will pop up. And because when this pop up, this means that you will see a way to explore the questions, to analysis. So the first question, you see the first question already. When you hold the question, you see already that it's to the left. It's taking all the answers of the first question and it's putting that in a graph. If you want to put a graph, in here, you just click on the plus and the graph is in there. Okay. The next thing, we go to the next question. Question number 3. Overall, how satisfied or dissatisfied are you with the use of webinar system? That's the question. And you can insert this, and you insert this question with a graph nicely here. You see here? So that's the way how you can go through all the questions. You can go through the question number 5 by clicking here plus. You see that this question is put in the spreadsheet. Now, what can you do with these questions? Now, you can copy these questions and put them on a dashboard. That means, for instance, you can select this question, Control-C, copy. Then you put a file, a new Google document, and you can paste this question in here. Control-V. And then you say don't link and you paste it. By pasting it, let me just check if Hangouts is showing you that. Yeah, by pasting it, um, you will you will have a dashboard. The next one is, of course, select question number 3, copy, and then go to the document again and then paste it. Don't link and paste it. The third question, go to the third question. Question number 5. Let's put question number 5. Control C, and you paste it in the document. So this is how, don't link, and you paste it in the document. This is how you create your dashboard. So that is the way we show the webinar. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is how to create a new form by yourself by going to the Google Drive. So what do you do? What you do is I want to say to know for sure that you are seeing what I'm seeing. Yes. Yes. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a new form. So new, create. I'm creating a new form. New form. And when you create a new form, this form is going to be called evaluation bootcamp. So evaluation bootcamp. And first you have to tell them something in the form, of course. You have to tell them the form about why you want them to deliver this form. So why do you want them to fill in this form? So please fill in this form, and it will only cost you 5 minutes. Okay. So, and then most of the time we say, thank you, Ronnie Calmera, mydreambusinesscoach.com. So this means that you invite them to fill in this form. Now, the first question I want to give. So there are open questions and there are closed questions. An open question is a question where somebody can fill in a text, a comment, a paragraph. And a closed question is somebody can just select something. I recommend you to use more closed questions, because when you use closed questions, so a question where they can only select something, then you can see it in a graph. If you could only collect a lot of text, so you collect a text that you ask people about how they find it, and then please say something below or do a testimonial, then you cannot put it in a graph. So there are qualitative questions, like people want to put some text and tell you about the webinar or the bootcamp, but there are also quantitative questions where people just want to select an answer. And I recommend you to put more of those closed questions. So give them multiple choice that they can select. Okay? So the first one is going to be the title. So what do? We do title. And then the option is going to be, it's not going to be a short answer, but it's going to be multiple choice. And the first one is going to be Mr. Then it's going to be Mrs. And it's going to be Miss. And then that question is required. So it's important to fill in that the question is required, because people will not fill this in. If people don't fill it in, if it's required, they need to fill it in. Now, the next question is going to be, I'm going to add a question, and the question is going to be the name. What is your name? It's going to be a short answer, so it's not going to be a multiple choice, but it's going to be a short answer, and it's going to be required. So once you have this email, you can copy it again. You can say, add another question, but you can also use this to copy it. So when you copy this, you will see the name, and you can change it into email. Short answer. So you have the name, title, name, email. Do you have a business or a job? That's another question we want to ask. So that's another question. So let's do. You add a question, and you say, do you have a business or a job? Question mark, multiple choice, and you say business. Option 1 is business or job. Or you can also say jobless. Okay? So this is also required. The next question, do you have a website? So, do you have a website? Yes, no. It looks like this. Going to add something. Do you have a website? And it can be yes, no. Okay? Multiple choice, it's okay, required. The next question is, how do you rate this webinar? Okay, now you're going to, how do you rate? How? Let me just delete this question. We don't like this question. And we say another question. How do you rate this webinar? And then you can have bad, average, good, or excellent. And then required. And the next question, it's also multiple choice. And the next question, it's going to be a little bit complicated, but it's a question, and it's not a multiple choice, but it is a multiple choice grid. So now, stay with me. On the question is going to be, what do you think? Do you think about these points? And then on the row, you're going to say quality. So first thing is quality, the length of the webinar, the time, the day of the week, yes, and the topic. And vertically, you're going to say, is it bad? Is it average? Is it good? Or is it excellent? This is going to be a required. So what you're going to say is, you're going to measure people, what they say about quality, length, time, week of the day, and topic, many things, about 5. And then you're going to rate them bad, average, etc. This is going to be a beautiful question. Now, the last question is going to be, do you have any comments? So it's going to be a question. Do you have any comments? And this question is going to be a paragraph. You're going to leave it open, required. So these are the questions. And let's just make this a little bit nice. Automatically it's saved. Let's make it nice. So we can color this. You see here, color this in your branding. But we can also add a banner. So if you look at the travel, for instance, click here on travel, you see that travel. If you click here, select, you see that the whole theme is going to change. Again, click here, click on the image, click on, let me see, put it something on holidays, my dream business coach from Curacao, select, and it's going to show you a holiday. If you want to brand this, you can also go and select upload photos, and then you select from your computer, you select your own brand. You see, this is my brand, webinar training, select, and it's going to show here. So it's going to show here. I think we can change it a little bit because it's a little bit too big. Let's select it again. Open. And then let's just make it a little bit like that. And then select. So this is how you create. This is better. The settings are important. Settings, you don't want them to edit after. You don't want them to see the summaries charts, because if you're collecting information, you do not want to check this. Don't want to edit after they submit. So if they submit, it is done. The presentation, confirmation email, always say something. Thank you for submitting your answers. Your answers have been received. Ronnie Calmira. So always this means that whenever the form is submitted, they will see this thing, this message. You can also, the settings, you can also create a quiz, but I have not created a quiz. Let's not create a quiz here. It's only about showing progress is also good. Now, we have only some, we only have some, about 5 to 7 questions, you see. Don't put 100 questions in there. So between 2 to 5 minutes, that's the time people have to submit. And what I also tell my customers is that if you want to submit more questions, then just send them more surveys. So send them this small survey with their name, email, and then the next time, name, email again, and then you can combine those information. Because if you have the name and email and somebody submitted this, and later on they submitted another survey with name and email, then you can combine that information. So that's it. Now let's look at the preview. And when you read preview, we see this is it. You see how beautiful? What do you think about these points? The quality and the bad. Now let's fill this in. So Mr. Name, Rooney Calmera, email. Do you have a job? I have a business. Do you have a website? Yes. Do you rate it? It's good. The quality is good. The length is okay. Time is okay. Day of the week is good. Topic is good. Have any comments? Yes. Keep giving us these free monthly webinars. Thanks. Submit. If you submit it, when you submit it, you see, submit another response. I could have submitted another response, but when I submit this, this means that I can now go to the responses because I'm logged in. I can go to the responses and immediately I see the results. So I see the results. I can only see the results because I'm logged in, but the person who submitted it cannot see it. So if 1,000 people or 500 people or 50 people submit this, automatically you will get these graphs. So there are two ways to get the graphs. You can get the graphs here, and you can get the graphs by going to the spreadsheets. You see? Now, what you do is, of course, you can also click here, and then you go to the spreadsheets, create a new spreadsheet, create, and then this will show up. This first person entered and showed up in this, in the spreadsheet. You can share the spreadsheet with other people. Let's share the spreadsheet and adding a note. Here are the results. Of course, you only share the spreadsheet with your team. You can add some comments, but the moment you are in the spreadsheet again here, you are on a record, you can click here and explore. And that means automatically you see these items. So that's basically the thing with a webinar, with a spreadsheet. Now, if you have this spreadsheet, you have the questions and you want to send this. How do you send this? You send this by going to send, and then you can email it. You can say email it to Rika. Please fill this in. And you can include it in the form. That's a subject, of course. And you need to do survey. And then you please fill it in. This survey in. And you put all the emails of all the people in here. When you put it to 2, don't put it into 2 because then people will see the other emails. You can also copy this link and paste it and send it to people and in a Gmail. So copy this and send it to Gmail and say fill that form in. If you're using Twitter and you want people to use that, then this is too long. So you can say shorten it and then copy this and put it to Twitter. You can also click here and embed this form on your website. So you need to, if you're using WordPress like us, you can copy this and then just put it into a post, and this form will appear on your website. And you can also paste this in Facebook. When you paste it in Facebook, click on Facebook, you say something, and then it will appear on your Facebook. We have a group, and the group is Dream Team. So after the webinar, please sign up for Dream Team, Facebook Dream Team, and then you will see that form. So that's you can send it to Twitter, etc. So that's how you um, share this form. Now I'll go back to the presentation, and I'll go back to presentation to just show you some other items. Let's see. Go back to the presentation, share. So the presentation. So we have seen the results of the survey, and let's just summarize: questions to ask, question not to ask. Basically, open questions are good, but try to and the open question is like, please comment below. People can write whatever they want. And then closed questions are questions where people can select. Use more closed questions so that you can combine them in a dashboard. Put it 2 to 5 minutes, so not a lot of questions. Put a bar, progress bar, and use, if you have more questions, ask them in more surveys. Now we saw how you set up a survey and how you set up a survey for just another survey, and I will send you the survey I sent for my bootcamp. Now, I did a 6-month webinar, a 6-month bootcamp, and after that bootcamp, I asked the people, what did you like, not like about this bootcamp? And they provided with information. You can use these forms for your website. You can use these forms if you are collecting information about what kind of questions are problems your customers have. And when you have those problems, you're going to use open question, of course. If you use the same questionnaire over and over again, you can compare your performance. So first, you did a webinar, then you have to ask the same questions, and the next time you did another webinar, you with other people, you ask the same questions again, and then you see your performance. It's important to know what you want to measure. I think you want to measure the quality of your webinars, our services, the speed, the location. Is it online? I think it will be online. The time, are you open or not? Things that can be improved, the technical issues, etc. That's what you want to measure. So we said, this is a summary. We set up a survey. We need a Gmail account. The questions we need the questions, and we need a thank you. That's the number 3. Thank you message. For the questions this time, we had a name, email, and we had a question, for instance, do you have a business or a job? And our choices were business or job. Do you have a website? Yes, no. Do you? How do you rate this presentation? Bad, average, good, excellent. So first, design the survey. Take a piece of paper, design the survey, and then afterwards you will fill it in. That's my recommendation. So now you can take the survey, and we will see the results another time in another webinar. I will send the survey to you. I think there are no questions so far, so everything is clear. And I want to tell you about this business we have. We have mydreambusinesscoach.com, and we're going live with a new website shortly. And this website is going to be fully functional, and it's going to give you a weekly show about dream business on the beach. It's also going to we are going to give you some services. I will just talk about some services we deliver. We give these free webinars once a month, and we do this to help people with a business dream who want to create an online dream business, or that supports their dream life. We want to help them. If you are a person that wants to have a home-based online dream business, you can benefit from this. Today, it is nowadays, it's very easy to have a business that works for you. I myself, I'm swimming 4 times a week. I'm having a great time in the Caribbean. I'm traveling, and the business works for me. And I can work from anywhere, any place, as long as I have email and everything is working. Then I can deliver this webinar. And you will see on the website, you will see many, many videos, because one of my passions is to create memorable experiences through video. So I'm working and teaching, giving my value to people through video. And I consider myself an online trainer and business coaching. So business coach. So if you have, you're starting a business, or you're expanding your business, or you're scaling up your business, I can help you. My background is in economics, and I have 20 years of experience working in many, many companies, big companies, large companies in the Caribbean, and small companies also. And my passion is to help people in especially service businesses, or people who want to create an experience. It can be a show, it can be a coach, it can be a trainer, it can be any service that is scalable. I can help you. If you are a consultant, I can help you, but the consulting business is selling more hours, and I want you to think about how you can provide services that are scalable. So that's mydreambusinesscoach.com. We also have Dream Business group, and that's a group. We only allow people who are positive and who want to change their mind and who want to improve their mind, because when you have the right mindset, you can create whatever dream you want and you have in your mind. So stay put. And on mydreambusinesscoach.com, you can subscribe every month. You can subscribe for our new free webinars. And if you go to mydreambusinesscoach.com right now, you can see the past webinars, and then that will be great value. We do it some things for free. And here you see our model. That's the dream stage of value. This can be a hill, a mountain, or it can be a stage also in the center. I'm going to explain it. This was a free webinar. It's free, no cost. It doesn't mean that it has no value, because this webinar at least has a value of $87, because I provided you information of our paid membership and paid boot camps, etc. But sometimes I give you this value. At the outside circle, you can have a bronze membership, and bronze, that means that you only pay once. That's a one-time payment, and then you get a webinar, or you get a session, a strategy session, etc. That price is sometimes between $0 and $97. So that's a paid service. Then you have silver. Silver means that this is a membership member. That means that you will pay on a monthly basis each month between $47 and $97. You pay to see the videos, to see our boot camps, to see our information, like this webinar. That's the silver. So bronze is one time, silver is monthly, and then gold is a boot camp. That's most of the time 6 weeks. Within 6 weeks, we go with you, and we, with a group of up to 50 people, we go online, and we help you master these skills on how to build your business online and how to build your dream life, because a business has to support your dream life. And if you have a good business, then you can travel, you can go on holidays, you can provide for your family, for your kids. And that is what a business should do. You should not be working all the time in your business, but the business should be working for you. Now, the boot camp is where you teach you all the things on the silver level, bronze level, but it is more compact, and it's 6 weeks or 9 weeks. It's a community. You will get accountability from a group, and you will meet every 2 weeks or every 1 week. You will meet. And then in the center, we have our value. We have our diamond members. That is up to only for 7 people per year. We work with these people, and we help them bring their businesses to a higher level. And the membership is a little bit more investment, but it is value, because we will be working one-on-one with you. So those are the levels: free, bronze, silver, gold, and diamond. So one of the persons won a free mastermind with me, and I will pick one of the persons, and I will send that email to one of the persons who participated in this webinar, or who subscribed for this webinar. I want to thank you for joining us, and see you next month. And you can subscribe by going to signup.mydreambusinesscoach.com, and then you will be in the next webinar. And if you want to see the other webinars, please go to mydreambusinesscoach.com, signup.mydreambusinesscoach.com, and then you will see that webinar. So thank you very much. This was Rooney Calmera, and I'm signing off right now. Let me just show you how we are signing up right now. And thank you very much for being here. And from Curacao, life is beautiful. Another dream, another day in paradise. See you. Bye.